What's happening, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to MMA NYC, the second round for that matter. I'm your incredibly hungover host yet again, Jody Smith. It's crazy how that always fucking happens.
Yeah, I am hurting too. This is PJ Chu. What's going on, MMA nerds?
That's right. My fellow maniacal MMA buddy back in action. We're here for a second round. Today we're going to be talking about UFC 124, give you a little post-fight analysis. We're going to talk about some upcoming fights and some dream fights. And, maybe even talk about some up-and-comers. So without further ado, let's get this motherfucker started!
Yeah, let's do this. Oh, man.
Yes, the main event for UFC 124. Wow.
I know. GSP put on a clinic.
Fuck yeah, he did.
I think he might have the best jab in MMA. He just lit up
Koscheck
Cyclops with that jab and just shut his eye, closed. I feel like Christmas came early.
It was nice.
Honestly.
That was a nice present. Thanks, GSP. They were playing hockey in the streets last night.
Yeah. Koscheck taunted him. He was a douche on The Ultimate Fighter.
Absolutely.
Even random people that didn't know Koscheck was like, this guy sucks, And GSP, he put on a clinic. Leg kicks. They mixed it all up. The striking was awesome. The jab, Superman punch. He was awesome last night, and he proved to everyone that he can strike.
I mean, he came out as a striker, and then he started getting success with his wrestling, and then started brushing up on his jiu-jitsu, and you could almost forget just how good of a fucking fighter he is, But I mean, my God, once again, who's gonna step up? Jake Shields is supposed to be the next guy in line. See if he can fucking handle the beast that is GSP.
Yeah, GSP. 5 rounds of punishment. I think a lot of people wanted him to finish the fight.
I would have liked to have seen that, but hey.
Yeah, a lot of people were wanting that, but I personally wanted him to punish Koscheck for 5 rounds, and he did it. Thank you, GSP.
Thanks, GSP. And I think once again, the last thing I'll say about GSP is it all comes down to intelligence and training for the fighter that he is up against. He increases his tools constantly. GSP gets better and better, and with each fight, he focuses in on the weakness. And GSP's not going to fight a dumb fight. He's going to fight to win. And as he said before, he's trying to secure his legacy. And I mean, that's what the dude's doing.
Yeah.
Stefan Struve and fucking McCorkle. I was glad to see that McCorkle actually had to shut up and get his ass whooped by 6'11" baby-faced fucking skyscraper Struve.
I know, the lanky Stefan Struve. I love this guy. This guy has so much heart. His last fight where he came back and knocked his opponent out, and this time, McDorkle, this guy, I don't know, he's like 38 years old, talking smack and to a 22-year-old man.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Sean McCorkle.
I mean, Stefan shut him up with a pretty bad TKO.
Also exciting fight, and speaking of the baby boy, babyface, the prodigal next big thing of the UFC, Charles Oliveira, stuffed by fucking Jersey boy Jim Miller. God damn.
I know. It was going to be a tough fight. Jim Miller's a badass. He's strong. He's a strong dude. He's got a lot of tools.
Yeah.
And I think Charles Du Bronx had a lot of hype going in.
Yeah,
and,
no doubt.
I don't think he was proven yet because he didn't
Right.
face anyone that tough.
Right.
And this was his test.
Right.
And
Jim Miller, tough dude. Jesus.
Yeah.
The next fight, you can't talk about Jim Miller without talking about Mac Danzig, with Jim Miller having a win over Mac Danzig. But boy, pretty emphatic win for Mac Danzig, knocking out Joe Stevenson, which I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I didn't know Mac had any power. I don't know if he's ever knocked anyone out.
Not in UFC, I don't think so.
Yeah, and Joe Daddy's a tough dude. He's he's short, stocky, got a big head, a big neck. It doesn't seem. I know he got raped by BJ Penn into a bloody mess.
Oh, that was a bloody rape.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was tribal. It was bad, but it's all good. But I like Joe Daddy.
Yeah. Next fight, boy, fucking how good did Thiago Alves look against John Howard?
Wow, he looked, especially the weight cut. It was all the weight cut.
Right.
I think
he finally did it right, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, these guys, these fighters, you gotta get with the program, bro. He looked great. I mean, the weigh-ins, he looked, healthy, energized. He had a 6-pack going.
Yeah.
And man, I love his Muay Thai. His leg kicks were on point.
Dude,
last
John
night.
Howard looked like he had been in a car wreck when he walked out for the final
Yeah.
final announcement. He was limping. I was just like, dude, Thiago's hands are fucking bad too.
Yeah, he was
Homeboy is fast.
he was throwing missiles and
Yeah.
bombs, and
Yeah.
they were just heat.
He looked
seeking.
fucking great,
Yeah.
man. He looked great. No doubt about it. And now for the next part of the show, we're going to go on to upcoming fights. First one we're going to talk about is UFC 125, Maynard Edgar. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Can Edgar pull out a win against Gray Maynard? I hope so. I'm a fan. And you're from Jersey, so
Yeah, I
naturally
mean,
you're going to root for your hometown boy.
Of course. I mean, I love Frankie Edgar. You know.
Little man.
Yeah, he should be fighting in 145, and he's
Yeah.
busting ass. And
Look for him to fight Jose Aldo, by the way.
yeah, that's my,
You
that's-
know it's coming.
That's what I'm dreaming about. But yeah, Frankie Edgar. I think Dana White said recently he put Frankie Edgar over Jose Aldo in his pound for pound rankings. So
That's impressive.
I think that's saying a lot. I think anyone that beats BJ Penn up pretty bad 2 times in a row.
Twice.
That's gotta say something. And this guy's
Yeah.
fast. I think he learned from his last fight. I think he's gonna pick Maynard apart. I mean, I think Maynard's gonna try to bully him and take him down, but
which he did the last time, and it did inevitably get him the win. But I mean, we'll see. Frank Edgar's a bad dude.
tough fight. But I'm going with Frankie.
Okay. Also on the UFC 125 fight card, we have Takanori Gomi versus Clay. The Carpenter Guida. That's actually part of his middle name now because he's a fucking Cro-Mag and he has long hair and he jumps around like a little monkey. Look for Gomi to knock his ass out.
I don't know. I mean, I'm rooting.
You do. You're rooting for him because he's Asian, man.
Yeah, well, I am rooting for him because he's Asian. But I'm a big Clay Guida fan. I love him. His pace is relentless.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think he's going to get knocked out because he's never been knocked out. He got kicked in the head by Diego Sanchez. He got right back up. So
Kenny Florian fucking rocked him pretty good and fucked him up.
This guy is like he's got a head of he's got a stone head.
Absolutely, Cro-Mag, bony orbit. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
UFC 126, we got a real fucking big one with Vitor Belfort versus Anderson motherfucking Silva, dude. Which way is that gonna go?
Oh, great! This is gonna be a great fight, but I'm going for Anderson Silva. I think he got a little scared after his last fight. Chelsen really pushed him to the limit. But Anderson also showed a lot of heart, not giving up in the 5th round.
Unbelievable.
That was crazy.
Fight blew my mind. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson Silva, he is the pound-for-pound best fighter right now in the game. And Belfort, but...
I'm pulling for Vitor Belfort. I'm pulling for an upset. Vitor Belfort, rocking him with some punches and finishing on the ground for a referee stoppage. You heard it here, son.
I'm going with the Spider. I mean, you can't count this guy out. This guy, he knocked out Forrest Griffin with a falling back jab,
which Mac Danzig did last night against Joe Stevenson.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to talk about some dream fights or fights that myself or PJ would like to see. I'm going to have to start off with Maciel Falco, who blew my mind against Gerald Harris. I had no idea who Maciel Falco was, and he beat Gerald Harris's ass. And Gerald Harris had been looking really good prior to that in the middleweight division. So look for Maciel Falco, and I want to see him fight Vanderlei Silva. It's a fucking pit bull fight.
Not bad. That sounds like a...
Throwing fucking bombs, bitch!
Sounds like a juicy fight. Very juicy.
The middleweight division is definitely getting some new guys and some new blood, one of which is also going to be in an upcoming fight is Brian Stan, who is actually so patriotic he got his scrotum tattooed with the American flag on it.
Wow.
That's fucking patriotic, right?
That's a true patriot.
Yeah, he's the All-American.
G.I. Joe, American hero. Like,
absolutely, absolutely. So we'll see how he makes it out at 185, coming down from 205. So
I gotta root with anyone that has American flag on
tattooed on their
nuts.
balls.
Yeah.
Nuts.
My dream fight. I'm pumped about the WC UFC merger. We didn't touch upon that yet, but this is crazy. I mean, I've been following the WC and these lightweight fighters are gonna set the bar for exciting fights. And my dream fight right now. The other day, the UFC just signed Kid Yamamoto.
Oh yeah.
And he's crazy. I mean, he's a great exciting fighter. I would like to see him fight Miguel Torres. You know, I think
Fuck yeah.
I think that would just be a lot of energy.
Miguel Torres is fighting Antonio Benuelos, who Scott Jorgensen has went over, and obviously Scott Jorgensen facing Dominic Cruz. So fuck, man. I'm sure y'all are as excited as we are about this WEC thing with the bantamweight and the featherweight fighters. And now you got Uriah Faber going down to 135. Look out for that little bad dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Dominic Cruz and him, damn, that's fireworks. Those little lightweight fighters are phenomenal, and I mean, just fucking speed, man.
Yeah, and look out for the
Sorry.
Nice. Look out for the 125-pound division coming out. I think it's going to be sooner than later. You know, I think it might be within the next year. You know.
And all Mexicans.
Yeah, I don't know.
At that weight, it seems to always be Mexicans.
I think some Chinese guys.
Yeah.
But
You're just hoping that's
yeah.
the case.
Maybe
Interesting to note that Big Country has announced that he's actually going to cut 145 pounds of gut and start fighting, and he's going to face Dominic Cruz within the next year.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go, buddy.
It's all gut. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
The other dream fight that I think I would have to root for would be Dan Hardy, who's going to bounce back from his knockout loss to Carlos Condit. But Dan Hardy versus Thiago Alves after last night's Thiago Alves' performance, man. Talk about a fucking slugfest. I'm ready for that shit.
That sounds like a very, very possible fight.
Yeah.
And very exciting fight.
Fuck yeah.
Seems like just striking. I mean, who doesn't like to see two guys bash each other's faces in, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Just to note. Also,
you fucking Cro-Mag.
Yo, sorry, bro. Come on. But I think Thiago Alves versus BJ Penn would also be very interesting. I like to see Diego Sanchez versus Campman. We were talking about this. He thinks he's starting to like Diego Sanchez. I don't know what's up with this guy.
I know. He was on my top 3 most disliked MMA fighters list, along with Tito Ortiz and Brock Lesnar. Now, of course, I'll take Diego off, sub in Koscheck, and put Sean McCorkle in for Brock. I kind of almost felt bad for Brock, even though he's still a big old douche.
Hell no.
And all of YouTube, as we mentioned earlier, viewers were starting to get mad because we were talking shit about Big Boy. But when you say you're the baddest dude in the world and all this shit and you get knocked the fuck out, you kind of look like an asshole.
Sorry, Brock. How's I think he's out hunting deer or something like.
Eating meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, big old meat-eating motherfucker.
Yeah, Undertaker's still gonna take him down.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, and for our last installment, we're gonna go with up-and-coming fighters. I'm gonna pick one. PJ's gonna pick one. I gotta say, I gotta go with Maciel Falco on this one. Like I said earlier, his domination of Gerald Harris, his fucking boxing looked crazy. That's an exciting dude, and I mean anybody that's got a head like that is to be feared.
I gotta go with Phil Davis. You know, this guy keeps winning,
does.
and
doesn't seem to have any striking really to speak of necessarily. I mean, just sort of elementary jabs and shit, but it's all about wrestling and jiu-jitsu for him, and it keeps getting him fucking wins.
Yep. I mean, this guy, I think the future of MMA is going to be these super athletic guys, and Phil Davis is super athletic, and you know, you can see just by a guy like BJ Penn that you know, basically talent can only get you a certain place, you know, but when you have athleticism combined with dedication and strategy, you know, look at GSP. This guy's running through people.
Abso-fucking-lutely. You heard it here. Phil Davis, Maciel Falco. Be on the lookout for him. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. That about does it for today's show. In remembrance of my deceased stepmother, we're going to take a ceremonial sip of the family homegrown whiskey, which nearly killed me. That's another story. We'll get to that on a different occasion. Woo! It's actually pretty smooth, man, for fucking... That's homegrown, man. That's good shit.
Ooh.
God damn.
That's pretty strong.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. We appreciate it. Keep on the lookout for us. We'll have a YouTube presence in the meantime, and hopefully we'll get the website up soon. So be on the lookout for us. Post UFC fights. Get some fucking colorful commentary, some shit talking, some beer drinking. And it's on. Who dat? See y'all later.
What happened, Koscheck? Peace, guys.